Wanting glutes without quads is like pressing the gas and brakes simultaneously. You can get somewhere, but you're working against yourself the whole way. In the current fitness landscape, the I don't want to get bulky era, micromanaging muscle development is in vogue, but it's also more costly than anyone wants to admit. Now, I'm not being judgmental. As a certified glute specialist, I'm just communicating the facts. The fact that micromanaging muscle development is short-sighted, and in most cases, it works against the very goal it's trying to serve. Let's go to school. The glutes are not one muscle with one job, and they don't grow from one movement done in one way. Glute max is the primary mover in hip extension and external rotation. Glute medius and minimus handle hip abduction and pelvic stability. Thrust load at peak contraction. Abduction isolates the medius and minimus directly. Together, they cover the full spectrum of what the glutes are designed to do. The Bulgarian split squat is a good place to make this concrete because it's a movement many hard-working glute enthusiasts gravitate toward, and for good reason. It's one of the more complete lower body exercises available, but it involves a knee bend, and biomechanically, you cannot bend the knee without loading the quads. You can bias toward the glutes, but the quad stimulus is not optional. It is built into the movement by design. From this perspective, a truly quad-averse person should step away from squat patterns entirely and lean into hip hinge dominant work, Romanian deadlifts, hip thrusts, and the likes. For someone who absolutely will not compromise on quad development, this will work well, but not without a trade-off, because their program is now optimizing for glutes while simultaneously removing one of the most powerful ways to load them. Squat patterns challenge the glutes in a way hinge patterns do not fully reproduce. So while hinges can build the glutes very well, excluding squat patterns still means giving up a meaningful growth stimulus. So in a way, the constraints you've set around reaching your goals is cock-blocking the very goal you're working toward. The body is a system, and a system is only as strong as its weakest link. Think of it like a football team. You cannot have one elite player surrounded by deadweight and expect the team to perform on a high level. The star player is only as effective as the system supporting them. Your glutes are the same. A person hyper-focused on glutes while avoiding quads, neglecting upper body, and micromanaging adaptation is not building a system. They're building a highlight reel with not so much behind it. You cannot maximize glute output from a position of general weakness. The glutes are part of a system that performs better when the rest of the body is strong. When the rest of the chain is undertrained, the glutes are operating without full support, and that can cockblock what they can become. Yes, you can bias glutes heavily without growing quads, but the stricter you are about eliminating contribution from other patterns, the more you limit how much total stimulus you can expose the glutes to over time. The best and most resilient bodies are not built through that kind of granularity. They are built by people who loaded movements, progressed over time, and trusted the process enough to let the body do what bodies do when you give them enough demand, sufficient nutrition, and sufficient time.